The average boat loses 20% of its value in year 1. But if you buy a Viking 68, you can fish it for 2 years and sell it for 15% more than you paid. Here are 6 boats that beat the housing market. Number 6. Boston Whaler Montauk 170. Well-maintained 10-year-old models from the 2010 to present production run routinely sell for 80 to 90% of their original purchase price. The mechanism driving this valuation is physical, not emotional. Standard fiberglass boats suffer from structural delamination over time. Water intrusion weakens the hull, causing the fiberglass layers to separate, which destroys resale value. Boston Whaler completely bypasses this decay. They use an injected foam core construction process that permanently bonds the inner and outer hull into a single unsinkable solid piece. Because the high-density foam prevents water from compromising the fiberglass, the hull literally does not age the way a standard boat does. Buyers on the secondary market are paying a mathematical premium for a hull design that physically sidesteps normal wear and tear depreciation. According to the industry standard J.D. Power Marine Valuation Database, formerly known as NADA guides, this specific engineering advantage allows the Montauk 170 to vastly outperform industry averages, effectively eliminating the decay curve that plagues mass-produced marine assets. Number 5. Leopard 45 Catamaran. Used Leopard 45s retain 85 to 95% of their value over a 5-year period. Compare that to a standard monohull sailboat, which typically loses 40 to 50% in the exact same time frame. This exceptional retention rate is entirely driven by the specific economics of charter fleet phase-outs. Companies order these blue water catamarans in massive blocks, operate them for 5 years, and then release them to the secondary market on a strict, predictable schedule. This tightly restricts the supply of available, lightly used models. You cannot simply go out and buy a 3-year-old Leopard 45 whenever you want. You have to wait for a charter phase-out. Concurrently, there has been a massive structural shift in demand. The recent surge in live-aboard sailors and digital nomads has transformed these massive, stable catamarans into floating real estate. Market research from Yacht World details how high-demand catamarans lock in their value precisely because secondary market buyers cannot order a new one without facing severe supply chain constraints. Buyers are competing for a fiercely limited supply of phased-out vessels, treating them exactly like constrained housing inventory. Number 4. Hinckley Picnic Boat. First-generation models built in the late 1990s originally cost around $300,000. Today, a well-maintained original model still sells for $250,000 to $300,000. This represents near zero nominal depreciation over a 25-year time span, a metric almost unheard of in powered vehicles. The underlying market force here is status symbol stagnation. The Hinckley Picnic Boat is a luxury jet-driven vessel originally introduced in 1995, whose value is directly tied to social access in elite coastal circles like Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, or Newport. It functions economically like a finite country club membership rather than a traditional marine asset. There are only so many slips in these exclusive harbors, and arriving in a Hinckley immediately signals a specific tier of established wealth. Because the aesthetic of the boat has barely changed in a quarter century, a 1998 model carries the exact same social utility as a brand new build. Buyers are not paying for advanced modern technology or faster top speeds. They are buying a fixed social credential. As long as the coastal elite continue to recognize the Hinckley silhouette as the price of admission, the secondary market will refuse to discount the hull, treating a 25-year-old boat as a fully liquid social asset. Number 3. Nordham 40. Used models from the early 2000s still command $350,000 to $450,000 on the open market today. That dollar amount is almost identical to their original, unadjusted sticker price from 2 decades ago. The valuation of this boat is anchored by a very specific and verifiable credential. The Nordhaven 40 holds the record as the smallest production vessel to successfully circumnavigate the globe. That demanding 2001 voyage spanning over 24,000 miles established a rugged pedigree that permanently altered how the secondary market prices this specific hull. Mass production fiberglass boats are heavily discounted as they age because their systems and structural integrity degrade under continuous ocean pounding. The Nordhavn 40 was built to commercial-grade shipping standards. It features heavy displacement, exceptionally thick fiberglass layups, and continuous-duty diesel engines designed to run uninterrupted for thousands of hours. This extreme over-engineering completely negates the standard wear and tear discount applied to ordinary recreational boats. A 20-year-old Nordhavn 40 is not viewed by the market as a deteriorating asset. It is priced as a proven ocean-crossing tool. Buyers gladly pay the original sticker price because the mechanical longevity of the boat guarantees it can still perform the exact same transoceanic crossings today as it did the day it left the factory. Number 2. Viking 68 Convertible. Lightly used, 1 to 3-year-old Viking 68s frequently sell for 10 to 15% above their original manufacturer's suggested retail price. This creates a state of inverse depreciation, driven entirely by a market anomaly known as the impatient billionaire waitlist premium. Viking is the undisputed titan of the custom sport fishing market, but their production capacity is finite. If you want a brand new Viking 68 built to your exact specifications, you will be placed on a custom-build waitlist that currently stretches for 2 to 3 years. The demographic purchasing a multi-million-dollar tournament fishing yacht does not want to wait 36 months to use it. Consequently, these wealthy buyers willingly pay a massive cash premium on the secondary market simply to skip the production line. As highlighted by Yacht World Market Research, waitlisted sport fishers hold or exponentially increase in value due to these intense constraints. When an owner decides to sell a 2-year-old Viking 68, they are not just selling a used boat. They are selling immediate, turnkey access to the upcoming tournament season. This completely breaks standard vehicle valuation models. The 15% markup is essentially a time tax, paid by buyers who have unlimited capital but highly restricted time, transforming a rapidly depreciating physical machine into an appreciating temporal asset. Number 1. Riva Aquarama. Original models of this classic Italian wooden runabout sold for roughly $15,000 in the 1960s. Today, they consistently auction for $500,000 to over $1 million. This rate of appreciation massively outpaces average U.S. housing inflation over the exact same period. According to Haggerty analysis on the explosive appreciation of classic Riva wooden boats, auction prices frequently exceed $750,000 just for a well-restored model. The Aquarama is effectively the Ferrari 250 GTO of the sea. This specific boat appreciates exponentially because it underwent a permanent phase shift in the market. It crossed over from being a utility vehicle to a piece of collectible fine art. Built between 1962 and 1996, the Aquarama features handcrafted mahogany hulls and twin V8 engines. But the materials alone do not justify a $1 million price tag. The boat trades entirely on absolute scarcity and historical provenance. You cannot manufacture the mid-century glamour of the French Riviera. Every time a restored Aquarama crosses an auction block, the pool of available models shrinks into private collections. It operates outside the bounds of marine economics entirely, functioning exactly like a coveted piece of prime waterfront real estate. The hull itself is merely the canvas for an irreplaceable historical asset. The luxury marine market does not operate like a vehicle dealership. It functions as an unregulated commodities exchange, where waitlists, charter phase-outs, and social access dictate the tape. Subscribe for more data-driven breakdowns of unusual market economics.